Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Red Raptor Writes. This is a very special episode. I just watched the first episode of Prehistoric Planet with a guest speaker, Bethany, my sister. Bethany, introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up?
You're doing good, Bethany. You're doing good. All right. So she's been on the channel before in the banned VeggieTales video.
Oh my gosh.
That one was a little too dank.
Let's not talk about that.
Wait, but I just gotta say, Archibald is clearly S tier though.
Can we just leave that? Leave that in the past.
And so is Mr. Lunt, and you were the one person who said that Mr. Lunt wasn't S tier.
I stand by that statement, but I'd rather leave it where it is.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so Brethany.
Okay.
I should ask you. So you just watched episode 1 of Prehistoric Planet.
I did.
All right, so what's your experience with dinosaurs so far? How do you describe yourself in terms of dinosaur experience?
Very little. Only the things that you try to tell me, and I kind of understand. And from watching your videos, but I really don't know anything, really. I don't remember any of their names, or
But
I can't tell you much.
You remember Giganotosaurus.
I remember the name Giganotosaurus. I don't know what it looks like.
Bro.
Maybe like Carcharodontosaurus. Like I can name
It does
some
look
things.
like Carcharodontosaurus.
I didn't know that. I was just naming stuff.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay, but so you have some background knowledge, and
Maybe more than like the average 21-year-old female in 2021. 2022.
Yeah. Because, all right, so I have some conversation topics about the episodes that I just jotted down, and you made some interesting comments throughout Prehistoric Planet. So if you want to ask any questions on top of the questions I'm asking you, like, it'd be good for clarification for the audience who might not be as well versed as you or me.
Okay.
Kino?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So overall, what are your initial impressions of it?
At first I was really impressed with like how cinema it was. Like the water looked so nice and like foamy, and the CGI is better than anything Disney has put out in the past couple of years. I don't know, it was good, and I was following. It was like easy to understand, even though I don't know like all the scientific language. Like it was pretty easy to follow, and I enjoyed it.
Right, that is a good point, because like they didn't like spew out a lot of scientific terms, but they included a lot of modern science in it.
Yeah.
You did mention that it was Kino cinema. Well,
Yeah.
You didn't say Kino.
Yeah, it is. So. It is cinema. I was impressed. Like some of those shots, they didn't have to do that, but like they chose to. Like random shots of like the water, and like that one shot of like the camera like coming up from the water for a second. Like that was cool. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I liked it.
Oh yeah. I love the T-Rex shots, like when it's looking under the water and it puts his head back up, and like
Yeah.
So how do you feel about Jon Favreau? He didn't direct this episode, but he produced it. I can tell from the credits.
Oh, yeah.
And considering his work on The Lion King 20.
Oh my gosh, I forgot he did that.
Yeah.
Definitely a step up. Definitely. I mean, I guess I respect him. I don't know. I saw that food truck movie. Oh, Chef. And that was good. But, yeah. I guess he's doing a good job. I didn't know he liked dinosaurs, so.
Me neither. So this is what he should have been doing with that CGI, not trying to recreate some like terrible Lion King thing.
Yeah, I what was that? That was...
We didn't even finish it.
No, we didn't. Like that T-Rex, when, spoiler alert if you didn't watch it, when like its baby dinosaur died and it just showed its eyeball, like that showed more emotion in the T-Rex than anything in the Lion King. That
segues us into a good next point, because during the swimming scene you asked or like mentioned like Nano-Tyrannus.
Yeah, the baby T-Rex, of course.
You've probably watched my videos where I discuss that subject.
Yeah. Good thing you didn't say that. They didn't say Nanotyrannus, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was cool that they had the baby T-Rexes like lankier and like longer legs, longer snout.
It looked fluffy.
Yeah, it was fluffy. So, that's speculated that it would have been fluffy for warmth, but we don't really have babies. Like, Nanotyrannus was a kid, so it's not like a baby hatchling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but still no evidence of feathers yet.
Oh, okay.
So there's some speculation involved in it, but it's like the good speculation where like, oh, that makes sense, not like
Random. Something that doesn't even make sense.
yeah, like Jurassic Fight Club.
Oh.
But they had this thing on Jurassic Fight Club where they said that the Dromaeosaurus, like these small raptors, were like using hand signals to like plan attacks.
What? Do they have opposable thumbs?
It just reminds me of
The
like
Bloods.
the penguins of Madagascar, really, when Skipper's like always waving his hands around.
Yeah, that's what they would like to think really happened.
Kowalski analysis. Right, so was there anything that stood out to you that you might have questions on? Or...
I thought I didn't like the teeth on those pebble eating dinosaurs. I thought they looked ugly.
So
they looked like a cartoon character, but like I can't think of what. It just yeah, they looked kind of goofy. And the way the mom just like goes off to mate while her kids are just like eating pebbles, I thought that was kind of funny. Like,
she belongs
wow.
to the streets.
Yeah, literally, while they're attracted to just goes and like has a baby.
So that brings a good point. So those were the Tyrangasauruses.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's a type of plesiosaur, but you know, the long neck.
Oh yeah,
in the water.
Really long necks.
Yeah, those technically aren't dinosaurs, so they are just reptiles called Sauropterygians. It's a whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Actually, the only dinosaur in this was T-Rex, which is kind of interesting.
I was wondering that, actually. I was like, are all these sea creatures dinosaurs too? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, well, that's a good question to have because that confuses a lot of people. Like when people call the Mosasaurus like the sea dinosaur or water dinosaur.
Oh my gosh.
It kind of hurts inside sometimes.
Yeah, I was wondering about the Mosasaurus, like, because in Jurassic World, it's literally a giant, like, huge. And in this, it was, like, pretty... I mean, it was large, but it wasn't, like, Jurassic World.
Yeah.
So, I'm guessing Jurassic World had it off by a little bit.
Yeah, but kind of a lot of it. They tend to exaggerate in those movies.
Yeah. I honestly didn't even know that it was a real dinosaur. I thought that Jurassic World just, like, made up a Mosasaurus or something. But when I saw it in this, I was like, oh, wow. It actually was a thing.
Well, I mean, they stretch and embellish a lot, but the Mosasaurus did exist, and it was a lizard, like they called it a lizard. So it's just a big water lizard.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
That breathes air.
Yeah. I mean, because you know how, like, whales and dolphins, they're mammals, they have to come back and breathe air.
Yeah. Never really thought about that. Like, I know that people say, like, they're mammals, so I know that they're mammals, but I never actually thought, like, oh, they have to, like, come up to breathe air. I feel like that's very basic knowledge, and I just, like, never put that together. I don't know why.
I mean, they can stay submerged for much longer than we can, like, hours, but...
Because I just think of them when I think, like, water.
Water.
Okay, this is, like, second grade animal knowledge.
But yeah, so they weren't dinosaurs technically. They were lizards, which dinosaurs are not.
Right.
So, yeah, there were a few cool details on them. Like they had that extra row of teeth, like at the top of their mouths. If you did you see that?
Maybe like when the fish like went inside its mouth, did it show that?
Yeah,
I didn't really notice.
It was a nice detail. And also they gave it. You know how a shark fin is like vertical? It has the two parts to it.
Yeah.
The shark back fin.
I think so.
Yeah. So
the back fin, yeah.
yeah. So they had that on the Mosasaurus.
Oh yeah, they did.
Which is cool. So I mean that's actually something that's been found, like fossilized that they had.
That's cool. I liked the red face. And I liked the epic music while it was breathing. It's just like above water with its eyes closed, and it's just like a symphony playing.
Having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. The designs were really cool in this.
Yeah.
Like they looked believable but still nice.
Yeah. I liked the ammonites. I thought they looked really cool. And their light things. Because in Animal Crossing, like, I have an ammonite in the museum, but, like, I didn't know... Well, it just has, like, the shell part. I don't really remember, like, the body part of it. So I didn't know that's what it looked like. Or that it was glowy.
I think that part is more speculation. But, again, it's like... There's so much about the paleo world that we don't know about. And
yeah. Like, it would be nice to think... this and that, because I was wondering, like, when they're like, oh, it has to match perfectly the rhythm of the lights, I'm like, how do they know this? You can't prove that with like fossils. So I don't know, it was still like a nice to think, I guess.
yeah, sometimes you have to just kind of take a look around the world today and be like, well, there's some things that are just really bizarre that we couldn't even imagine. So then those kinds of things would be in the Cretaceous too. Yeah,
it's true.
That's why I don't rag on like that kind of stuff too much, but then like just really weird speculation like the Dromaeosaurus hand signals is like, okay, that's stupid.
It's like, go up, go.
Rosie, I love this boy.
I liked the baby turtles a lot. I thought they were cute, and it had me feeling sad like in the first 5 minutes of the episode. I didn't want it to die, and they were like running away so fast. I thought that was so cute.
It hits you in the feels.
Yeah, I'm not even like a huge animal person where I'm like, oh no, like don't kill each other or whatever, but like I actually felt sad watching them eat each other, and the little like hatchlings that were like trying to fly.
Oh,
I didn't want them to die.
From the pterosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty depressing, but it was cool.
I mean, it's pretty sad. Like, when you think about it, most baby animals don't make it. They end up getting picked off.
Yeah.
Easy targets.
That's true.
It's like in Fortnite, you know, the noobs die fast.
Yeah.
It's the pros like me that make it to the end.
I guess, sure.
Oh, and you had a question on the Tyrangasaurus eating the rocks.
Oh, yeah. That was kind of weird. I mean, from, like, I guess, like, nursing school knowledge, them saying, like, the gastrolites and stuff like that kind of made sense. But that's weird, like, that the pebbles, like, mash up their food or something. Like, they don't have, like, a stomach to do that.
They have a stomach, but it helps the process. It helps speed along the process.
Or like gallstones. That's what it sounds like, gallstones.
Yeah. So that's
so actually... should I go around eating pebbles?
Probably not. Because you chew your food, you don't really need it because that mashes up the food. Yeah, but since they're just swallowing it whole, they need to mash it.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was weird. They just like eat the bones and everything. Like the beak just swallows like whole.
Yeah.
That is weird. That must feel so gross.
To have the bones in your stomach.
Just like going down your throat, and then it's all scratchy and like ugh. But yeah, the bones in your stomach, I mean, how do they even like excrete that? They have enzymes that break down like people's bones. Not people, but you know.
I'm sure some animals can, but then sometimes bones just end up in the poop. Or, you know, owls, how they just spit out pellets of fur and
yeah. I guess so.
Did you have to do that in 6th grade? Like you didn't do that?
No.
Where we dissected owl pellets and then found like different bones from small critters, and then we had a chart that like you match the bones to different animals. Like, oh, is this a mouse skull or a shrew skull?
Are you serious? I did not have to do that in
Yeah.
6th grade. What, 6th grade? Like, what class was that?
That's
Science?
classified. Yeah, science. But teacher's name classified.
Oh, yeah. Obviously not the teacher. I just meant the subject. I didn't have to do that. In 6th grade science, my teacher was telling us how to, like, eat healthy and was making us watch, like, Jamie Oliver make kill smoothies.
That's what you did?
Yes. I'm so serious.
Bro.
It was so... like, yeah, I learned about, like, eating healthy and stuff, but we were also, like, 13, like... We didn't want to watch this. And no one else had to watch it either. We were all like, oh, do you have to... It was basically like health class because my teacher was like really into that, so...
I love how like they'll teach you about the food pyramid, being healthy and everything, but then there's the fry lunch line. We just walk in line and get a tray full of French fries.
Yeah, literally.
It makes no sense.
Nope.
Something I did like is how, again, going back to how T-Rex is the only dinosaur in this, because you're familiar with T-Rex, Triceratops, Edmontosaurus, I believe.
I mean, I know the names. Okay, I'm familiar with like Triceratops, T-Rex.
Yeah. Like, whenever in the duck girl phase, like with girls who do the duck lips, I always say Edmontosaurus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that was the big duck-billed dinosaur at that time. So like those get brought up, and Ankylosaurus in a lot of documentaries, and you see it constantly. And if you watch a lot of my videos, you'll see that like I always talk about T-Rex, I always talk about Triceratops and stuff. So it was nice to see just new animals to talk about.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned the turtles. You felt bad for them. So I believe that is still considered the largest turtle. I'll fact check myself. It's called Archelon. So we saw that giant turtle that the T-Rex flipped over, the adult. Yeah.
Wouldn't even share, but...
Bro, it's a total dad moment.
Because, like, yeah, you could only say, like... You can only talk so much about the same animals and, like, from a new perspective when there's been so many dino docs. So, I guess it is cool to, like, bring in animals that would have been around at the same time but aren't necessarily, like, from the same, like, species and whatever, Give them some credit, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of love to go around, but then it gets focused on T-Rex, Triceratops, Ankylosaurus.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, we're doing this again, my viewers.
Yeah. And it really didn't talk about the T-Rex for that long. Like, it's only maybe like the first 10 minutes or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and then even then, it didn't show the other dinosaurs.
Yeah. But maybe in like the next episodes and stuff, it'll go into them. But I like the way it was like a little bit. They don't want to like bore everyone. Because it's like, if you're into this stuff, you most likely know everything that they're going to say. So it's cool to like switch it up.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think in a later episode is Tarbosaurus, which is a close relative. So it's like, why double dip on the Tyrannosaurids? Yeah. So it was another large, it's like the Asian version of T-Rex.
Oh, okay.
All right. So it did the math problems.
Wow.
That is definitely getting cut.
I'm dead.
But then I also appreciate that like we got more of the pterosaurs like Barbarodactylus and Phosphatodric, like the big one who was chatting around, just stalking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's been kind of a controversy or just an interesting subject where it's like you only find those big pterosaurs, they're called Asdarchids at that time in the Cretaceous, but now it's like we're seeing that there's more biodiversity than previously thought. Yeah, there's a big back and forth of whether they were going extinct already, if they were already undiversifying, or if it was just a very sudden death.
Yeah.
So it adds some more light to the subject.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna make a T-Rex and Spinosaurus fight in this?
No. I mean, okay, that would actually be very entertaining to watch. considering how much we know about Spinosaurus now, but Spinosaurus was from North Africa and earlier in the Cretaceous, so it's not happening.
Whatever.
Maybe in Dominion they'll have a rematch. I don't know if you want to watch that after Fallen Kingdom.
Oh, to the Jurassic World.
Yeah. Exactly.
I feel like I'm gonna end up watching it at some point, you know, or we're always like, oh, that movie looks so bad, and then just we go see it anyway. You spend like $20 to go see it.
Bro, yeah. I mean, pretty much out of obligation, you end up seeing it just to know.
Yeah.
That was my experience with The Rise of Skywalker.
True.
Wait, did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think I was there. Yeah, no, that was... Even though I didn't understand everything Star Wars at the time, like, I had seen them, but I wasn't, like... I didn't remember all the lore before I watched that movie. Like, I still knew it was bad. Like, that was dumb.
I'm Rey.
Rey Locust.
Rey Skywalker.
Was Rey Locust in that one?
Yeah, that was the Rey Locust. Right, so, are there any final thoughts you have on this first episode?
Yeah, it was just like, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot, and I think it was paced like really well. It did not drag at all, even though it's like a documentary style show. Like, I guess it's documentary style. I mean, it's like the narrator talking the whole time, but yeah. It was like 40 minutes, and it did not feel like that at all. I thought that was really cool that, you know, they just presented information in such like a clear way and really engaged the audience, even though like it's for anybody, even if you don't like paleontology and all that stuff like that much, you know, it's still enjoyable.
Yeah, David Attenborough, he's like a veteran at these, so I know a lot of the fans are very crazy about him.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because he's just done a lot of nature docs and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot more of that showing instead of telling. Like, they just show that they have the tail flukes. They just show that, oh, the baby T-Rex had fluff or might have had fluff, instead of taking a break to have someone else explain it to you.
Yeah, and then they talk themselves into being wrong. It's like, you could have just showed it. You don't have to explain yourself. Just like put it there and let the audience, you know, talk about it.
It's just more stated as, it's just a matter of fact, not something that's like, oh, we just discovered feathers. Like,
yeah, like, stop. We've been knowing. It's like, you're not the first to say this.
All right, so I think that's all we have to say on this first episode. We'll be back tomorrow with episode 2.
Yep. Thanks for letting me be on this channel again.
All right. See you next time.